Yeah, we have hut over the thing, if I remember correctly.
That's why I'm placing that.
Yes.
What color
So,
is the hut?
what happened last week? Fun, interesting Fae things. I mean, it's the Fae. You had a bunch of tasks and crazy things go on where um, basically it messed with your character so much to the point where you had to make copy of character sheets for you all to use. Make sure you use those and not your real ones. Because yeah,
I'm testing my real one
it
on
was
a
a lot. Lots of
thingy.
Oh,
riddles.
Scott,
Lots of interesting. Yes.
before I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
The monsters you're using, are these minis you're finding in Tailspire, or are you using a mod to inject minis?
Tailspire. Like that was the sea monster. It's interesting
On
when it's not on the sea.
Okay.
Interesting.
I thought it was more complicated than that.
Nope. Luckily, they
Oh, we have
have what I
inspiration.
need, and I can, um, you know, twist my story to fit the monsters that are there.
Fair, fair.
Now, waking up to the bodies that you killed. What would you like to do? The innocent family still lies there.
So as we awaken, we see those bodies, and we all see the same thing.
You all now see the same thing.
Also, did Sam rest outside the bubble
He
as
was in
he
a
is at the?
different tent that had the same defenses.
I see. Ulfgar
stop the
will turn
lightning
to
fall.
Ulfgar will turn to Rhaegar and say, "You still see the bodies of those people we killed."
Yeah,
I think
so
it has
do
to
I.
do with the light.
Yeah, this is something. There's something off here. Last night they were 100% monsters.
I think it has to do with the light. Don't worry about it. Let's move. The
Perhaps
longer
we
we
should.
the longer we spend here, the older we'll be when we come back.
Perhaps we should bury them.
Yes, it's the way with the unseelie court. Everything that you think is real is most definitely not sometimes. Unfortunately, the guide needs to stay behind when you get to the steps of the palace.
Thank you for getting us thus far.
I have some final words of wisdom. Well, and that is that you can't trust anything. Not the unseelie, not yourselves, sometimes not each other, but
I will look very sheepish at not trusting each other. It's an
yes.
experience he's had way too often.
In the I would expect copies of yourselves to attack you all, but that expectation itself is too overplayed for someone who is as high and powerful of a fae as she is. After all, palace of dark mirror glass, uh, it would be too obvious. And even then, thinking that it's too obvious, it may be on point. Basically, anything you think could be a
We can't
lie.
trust it.
But
He said you can't
as
trust
long as you do what's right and play their games, I believe you have a chance at success.
All right, one looks like you're doing the talking, or at least most of it.
I will remain behind and give them a proper burial.
That means a lot coming from you, Sam. Thank you for doing this for us.
Yes.
Um,
Can I just
uh,
toss it? I want to just toss an insight,
Mm-hmm.
just for kicks and chickles.
Sure thing.
'18.
He seems a bit different than normal.
Different than normal.
in the way that he's not joking and laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Seeing
but not
these
like
people, he feels like he's failed.
Sam.
He should have known.
Sam. These aren't your fault. You know that, right?
Well,
Anything that's happened along this path is not your fault. We are here to take that blame. We dragged you into this, not the other way around.
It's not we, it's I. I take the blame. Let's go.
no, but perhaps Henderson would have known. It would be nice to maybe work together with the storytellers more.
Well,
That
th-
we can agree on.
then when we get out of here,
If we get
What?
out of here.
When
We'll get
we
out of here.
Don't say that. That leaves open to interpretation that we will get stuck. If there's something that I've learned here, at least in my limited knowledge, it's mind over matter. We will get out of here.
Warden just walks off.
And oh, one more thing. Because I believe Warden is the only one with the actual permission to enter, you'll all have to hold hands in this specific matter. With the person in front being on top of the person on below, behind, gripping forearms. It's another rule. So many rules.
I would like to make an insight check on that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I wasn't going to.
And he shows you the, the Viking clasping of the arms. Seems like he's telling the truth.
I did have one final query for you, though.
Yes.
I found, since we've been here, my magic does things that I don't expect. Things to help, harm. Would that, such an effect, extend to things to protect as well?
I don't think so. In the heart of her power, in the portion of Unseelie court that she has brought here, I believe everything will hurt.
But if I sought to protect my allies, I would not, in turn, make them more vulnerable.
Basically, don't do anything because the Unseelie court, this section that she's brought, that I believe that she is who she says she is, it's her nature to make sure everyone suffers. Everyone loses in the end, including their own.
I understand. Stay passive. Right. I mean, that clarified, I guess. Of course. Then move to the stack, I guess.
Okay.
Warden, you weren't wearing your fine dress, were you?
Well, for now on, you probably should be. This is the court that you're going to.
I'm already wearing a suit. Don't worry.
Okay. Who is not wearing a fancy clothes of some kind?
Foul doesn't have anything.
You
I
did.
believe I still do.
Yeah, you did get stuff at the marketplace.
Oh,
And,
if we did, then Foul does have something.
Okay.
It was
just
10
needed-
gold. I marked it off. I got something, but she's not wearing it.
Foul would
Cool.
actually go to the tent to change.
Okay.
Ukar
so
lost
Graybar.
his fine suit when he lost all his equipment.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
He does have Foul's spare common suit and clothes, though.
And mine.
And the rapier.
I'm gonna walk up to Warden.
She's trying to figure out how to climb the lightning ball.
Warden,
What?
he gives you a cursory glance.
What?
What do you plan to do when we get there?
I want to know what she wants.
And you're not trying to do anything stupid, right?
That depends on if she knows where that bitch went. And if she's willing to help me find her.
All right. But do us a favor and take a note out of Raybar's book. We are getting out of here.
You guys are.
You don't have a choice.
If she says otherwise, then you guys don't. So you guys will get out of here alive. And soon.
I'm not leaving here without you. I'm sure the rest of us feel the same.
We will see.
Can I? Am I hearing any of this? Are you talking at a loud voice or
He's not whispering.
during that conversation? Raybar's gonna walk over. Warden, you know I will not leave you here. We will not leave you here.
And why do you
And
say that? I
because
almost
you're
left you in the arena.
I don't care. You're important to us. For the first time ever, you were seeing a deadpan, pure anger out of Raybar.
I already can't be loved, Warden. Don't take my friend away from me, too.
I don't know if I have a choice.
That doesn't matter. There is no choice. If there isn't a choice, we will make one. We've survived this long together. We've gone through some stupid shit. I am not leaving you.
We haven't gone through anything as bad as this.
I don't care.
We will see.
You will see. We are taking you out of here. No matter what it costs, I don't care.
As Raybar is talking to Warden, Val just walks up behind him, looming over him, and just casually pulls out the shotgun and just takes it in hand and just casually keeps thwapping the barrel against the palm of his left hand, indicating that's paddling as he stares down Warden.
Warden doesn't look, and she goes back to looking for a way up the lightning ball.
If you want to get in, you just jump in when you're all ready.
Warden jumps in.
Follow. Instantly.
Are you
Hope will follow right behind.
sure you want to do that
Yes?
without holding
Yeah.
hands?
Oh. Holding hands.
No,
I will.
told Warden.
Warden
Well,
was there
you
when
don't
the
have-
when the
You don't have to. because you were invited. We have to because we weren't invited. So
We're supposed to go with Warden.
I'll put my
Well-
arm out in a way to grab Hoax in the way
Okay,
that
Warden
we were
hops
shown.
in. The rest of you are going to grab arms.
Yes.
Okay. Da dum dum da da
And
da 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 da. La dee 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 dum 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 dum.
If Al actually had opportunity before Warden actually tried jumping in, he would try to wrap around Warden.
I'll let you roll a dexterity check for that. Or roll a check for that.
Sure.
It wouldn't have been super fast. I'd say that makes it.
Well, he also has to have everyone else connected, so more disadvantage.
Oh, I believe that he's trying to stop before the holding hands. He's trying to stop Warden from going in entirety.
Pretty much.
I believe
Okay.
that that's what the intent was.
Fair
Yep.
enough.
What?
He would gesture to the rope, then to her, then to everyone else holding hands.
We go in together, just
Never
like how we'll come out.
alone.
She grabs the nearest person's hand and then on 3.
With
Right.
that, Fal will adjust his own grip on the rope so that it's wrapped around his wrist, so he can actually have both hands to hold one person each.
And where's the rope attached to again?
Warden's waist.
Okay,
He tried to lasso her basically.
sure. So you all jump in. Warden, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Save and throw. Boy, glad if I got that 17 and not the 5.
Me too.
Yeah.
17.
Be right back.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
What map do I move to?
Shadowed glass.
Ah,
Yeah,
that would
that
make
tracks.
that would make sense.
Yep, I'm just getting the atmosphere right.
Oh shit! I should turn that on, shouldn't I?
Getting you guys down. So, bang.
Now I feel Garuda would be good for a Fey fight.
I feel like more of the Eden things would be better for a Fae fight.
Return to Oblivion would probably be.
Guess the question is, are we gonna fight though? This might not even be something like that.
Oh, God,
Okay, as you all appear, you look around, everyone's connected. Except Warden. You don't see her.
What happened to the rope?
It falls to the ground.
Fal looks down at the rope, looks up, peers at the gate as he wraps the rope up and tucks it back where it belongs on his toolkit.
Okay. I'm going to need... One second.
It's bad. I almost let the cigar go out.
Okay.
That would have been real bad.
Let's pause this. I need everyone to leave the voice chat except for Warden.
We can we have another voice chat?
Yeah, I have a. Would you rather just make a separate one for private stuff and then lock it down?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that way we can chat with each
Yeah,
other.
so they can talk about this in panic. You can set it to where only you can go in, and then you can drag me in here.
1 second.
Oh, the first true whisper of the game.
I mean, we've gotten stuff in DM, but this is.
This is a clearly important. Good luck.
I just need to get the. Okay, that's how you spell it.
I'm so screwed. Goodbye, guys.
Farewell. You're fine. You'll be fine.
You have one dumbass that will...
That was a text channel.
I think that was supposed to be a VC.
It was supposed to be a VC. But now it's a voice channel, a text channel.
Oh boy, I'm gonna have to edit this out in the recording, so you guys don't actually know.
Just pause
Yeah.
the record. Are you using OBS? Because you can just pause the recording in OBS, and
Yes.
then it'll be two things. But
Check and see if I can move real quick. Okay.
Jesus, scurvy.
Now,
Reese was panicking 5 minutes ago.
you all
Yep.
see her hit the ground next to you guys. So she's fallen from a great height.
Ow, fuck.
You gotta help her up.
Thank you.
You okay?
No.
Do I want to ask, or will that make me want to draw my gun?
She's here.
Well, we knew that already.
Yeah.
Not
Like,
not the princess.
oh fuck me.
Oh,
Dryad.
shit.
Raybar pulls out his gun.
Hope smiles.
Let's finish this.
You guys look as Raybar's counting his bullets, and you see him pull out one. Give me a second. And I'm gonna just write Dryad on it with my Smith's tools.
Oh, going Warhammer 40k here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hope
Warden.
reaches into his forehead and rips out Renelli's revenge.
Warden, how do we proceed?
I'm going to go kill that bitch. You are all welcome to join me.
Racks the bullet. I will. Gladly.
I might not be able to
Foul just,
feed my revenge. We can certainly feed yours.
Foul just looks at all of them, frowns, and shakes his head as he steps back to let Warden go through. And then he just gives a glance at Ulfgar, points at him, points at Warden, then points at Foul's own eyes and shakes his head.
Welcome and salutations, madams and mapsilles. May I take your
Hold
votes?
against.
You see the doors open and a ladrin of pale complexion opening it for you.
You may not take the coats, but you may put them away for some time. We will be coming back for them shortly.
Very well. And with a click, your coats, if you have any, and armor are gone.
Armor?
If you had any armor on underneath, they are gone. Adjust your AC is applied.
AC goes down to 10. Not like it did much for me anyway.
Got a
AC
hat?
actually hurts. This hurts.
Ulfgar had permanent bark skin. Is that also gone?
That remains.
AC
You
Okay.
are, you are Nikki.
You are now the tank.
With half my
Yep.
HP.
Yep.
You still have your fancy clothes on, but please, you are welcome guests to the Queen of Shadowed Glass, and therefore are allowed much freedom to walk into her court. I would be jealous if I were not a court member myself.
We'll keep my arm linked with the others.
Yeah, as a point of order, when we were at the door and moving in, just I want to try to maneuver my way towards the rear of the party.
Okay.
I would just like to let you, my friends, know that we are tonight's entertainment. Take that how you will.
Ooh, there is
You-
so many
you
ways
s-
I wish to take that, but I am only allowed to mess with you so much. The Queen forbids me from ending your existences so soon. Now, I heard I could not help but overhear that you were after some triad.
Yes and no. There is something that has played a trick on me in the past.
Ooh, tell me, I love tricks.
Go ahead and hold your tongue.
Oh, please, it is a long hallway, and it does take a while at the proper pace.
If the Queen wishes you to know, she will let you know after tonight's festivities.
Hmm. Oh. As you try to move forward, you feel yourself start to move through molasses. Please, this hallway of conversation is slow enough as it is.
Ah, I see. So, what would you have in mind for a topic of conversation?
Well, I already put forth my topic. Do you have a topic you wish to speak
Tell me about yourself.
of? That is interesting. I am
Please
one
move
of the
forward
court.
so I can move forward. Right.
Yep. And try to keep in line with her. I'll just move her forward there. But it seems like you cannot move further than she is. And every time you start to speak of a conversation, of a topic, the molasses eases further. It seems this magic is driven by the subject of conversation, or by the progression of it. Well, I am just a little knight Eladrin who happened to find herself on this side of the world, and lucky me, I get to be part of Her Majesty's court. Oh, so many tricks to play on the world.
Was that in the lucky me? Was that enthusiasm, or was it sarcasm?
You cannot tell.
Can I make an insight?
Yeah, sure.
Move forward.
What does she have you doing here?
Seems she is enthusiastic, kind of. Definitely crazy. Definitely crazy. Val's not one for conversation.
Oh, I can't talk.
Can't talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's pretty simple. What would you do if you had an entire world to yourself?
Come back to this one, my own. Wouldn't want the world of myself.
In your hypothetical situation, would I have the power to shape things as I will?
Oh, of course.
Then I would make it less lonely.
Hmm. That is a noble and admirable position. Less lonely. Hmm. I would make it more fun. I mean, this Cobalt game you have in this world, bring back the gladiatorial days. I want to see lions juggling heads. But
And
honestly, how would you actually change the world? What would you do?
At the mention of this, Fal's immediately going to turn to Hope, tap him repeatedly on the shoulder, point to the Eladrin, shake his head, and then follow up and tap at Wolfgar, point at the Eladrin, shake his head. He can't communicate though what he's trying to think.
Can I roll an insight check to get a better sense of what you're saying?
Sure.
With such a low
23.
inside score that I'm not even gonna roll. He's not gonna get it.
With Hope watching Fal, though, he would know that the mention of Kobak is actually what made Fal immediately turn around. Like, Fal stiffened the moment that was mentioned.
Okay.
Move forward.
and why would you change those specific rules? Does that not seem less fun to have skill against skill rather than
Brawn against brawn.
Well, perhaps if they actually killed each other, that would be fun, but that's just plain war with extra steps. So much rules and structure. We here don't appreciate structure, and it seems like you are a very structured lot. Well, except for two of you.
and doesn't war itself not have rules?
All's fair. It was the Fae that started that saying. Time and history would remember.
And do you recall how that story came about? The Fae coining that term.
See, we're not going to get anywhere with you asking all the questions, now are we? After all, I have given this conversation dozens of times before. These halls know me. They don't know you. What makes you all so special as to deserve an audience, and who are you? And she looks, before she was looking straight ahead, but this time she looks deep into Warden's eyes, and there's a hint of knowledge there.
I don't know. It's been taken from me.
More than once, I assume.
This would be the second time, yes.
Well, it's very nice to finally have someone admit that. And now the rest of you, what about that horned devil in the back? I feel like he has a story.
Well, Heartless,
Heartless sighs. There's a lot to that story.
Oh, I would hope you would tell me.
if you don't, we won't get anywhere. Both in this conversation and to our destination.
Oh,
To
proof.
our...
Heartless gives a nod.
To our engagement.
Don't want to be late.
Where shall I start?
Oh, just tell me what ails you to become a fey-touched creature.
Thinks on that question for just a moment. Hey, touched. It's less complicated than that. I find myself without a means to love. Or to be loved.
Now, if you're going to admit truths, we're not going to get anywhere. I would hope you speak honestly. Is it giving or receiving? I know something is wrong.
Take your pick. When a tree turns to ash, you start to question some things.
Isn't ash just a type of tree?
Ash is a type of universe. After all, I forgot one of my compatriots coins this phrase a lot. Everything can burn or explode if you try hard enough, even water.
That's good advice. I'll keep that in mind. Assuming I have a mind to keep at the end of this.
Well, if I haven't taken your mind yet, it's a good intention that the Queen has some purpose for you. Now, about this dryad friend of yours, what's going on there?
She's stolen my face. She's stolen my name. And I intend to get those back tonight or die trying.
Oh. Would you elaborate on that? In front of your friends? No secrets
course.
here in this Sealy Court.
I have been both traveling with you guys for several days, but I've also been locked away.
Oh, please. That's no secret. Tell them.
It
Tell
is
them your
something
name.
that they did not know. It may not have been a secret between me and you, but it would have been between her and them.
Yes, but I don't like revealing those secrets in moments like this. It would be better to reveal it later. As for now, let me tell you something of our queen's ambitions. You see, the Queen of Shadowed Glass, she simply wants to bring home to fruition. After all, she was forced out of her court by those who could not see her ambition.
Ambition
And-
is a tricky thing. Some people don't see it.
Very
Is tricky
true.
not what the Fae desire?
That's the point. The Unseelie Court did not see her goals. After all, when you have a queen who can steal the diamond from the Unseelie Court, bring it to the material world, you probably have the power to turn at least an island into a bit of the Fae brought home. Now, you may ask yourselves why I'm revealing this all to you, because I normally wouldn't. I would love to string you along and tie you to each little strand of truth, and honestly, that'd be more fun. But this is a command. You see, you will either stay here forever, die, or become part of her force in the world. There is no other alternative. But I would love to see you try. It's no fun if you just give up. Any last things to declare? We are almost here. I hate this walk.
Val, do you have any words to add to this conversation?
Val just glares at Warden for that.
And with that, you finally get more free and arrive. There is a man with a large tome looking down and looks up to you all. You are late. Please, right this way. I will be your guide for the next portion of your journey. And he brings you to a staircase.
Still keeping the rear. Just so you know. Which everyone knows.
And as you start to walk up this strange staircase, the sides are made of mirrors. And you see yourselves in every single one as you pass by. But not as you are now, as you have been. The first one is of young versions of yourselves playing in the streets, playing with other kids, crying at your first bee sting, and seeing those scraped knees all over again. And you start to feel those injuries as you go up.
Do we see each other's or just our own?
You see your own. A glimpse of each other's. Warden, you see nothing that you can identify. At least in this section. And then as you climb odd stairs that are even crazier, the skips of these broken reflections change. And they become your regrets. But regrets that you thought you had made correctly at the time. And then you realize you did make correctly, and you are now regretting the false thing that happened. And it's changing the way you remember. That time when you had drawn a picture for a family member. You look back and you see the bodies of 3 innocent people in that picture. And these broken reflections start to fracture more as you go on. And at this point, the man stops and looks back. Well, if you so desire, at this point you can end it now if you wish, or continue onward. And you look down to see spikes and many bodies that have fallen willingly to their death after having their entire lives changed in front of their eyes.
Tell Braemar.
You all jump over. Does anybody wish to fall to their death?
No regrets.
I think Ulfgar's oh, he's back.
I'm moving him.
Yeah, he said
Hope
he's gonna
gonna-
back.
Yeah, so I'm not
Hope is
sure.
gonna look to Raybar. Hope is a mess, admittedly. visibly.
Continue on, my friend.
After Fowl takes the hop, he's going to turn around to see if anyone else is hesitating and just gesture like he's going to catch them if
Yes, the mirror
try to-
right in front of you, Hope. Looking up, you see the bleeding body of Mallory. But it is the glimpse of the moment after you've cast the contagion spell.
Oh, move on. Continue. If you fall, I'm only going to grab you. We are all getting out of this. Continue.
He says nothing, and will simply leap towards Fowl.
Fowl will immediately catch him and set him down, and then gesture for Raybar next.
You see no hesitation. He just goes right over.
Foul.
Didn't mean to go that high, but
Yeah. Foul, when you hit the ground on the other side and look over, you see in the mirror next to you, not what the others seem to be facing, you see a beautiful woman. The kind you see in your dreams, holding a child that looks sort of like you.
Fowl glances at it, curls his
The life that could have been.
he curls his right claw into a fist and then immediately turns to punch it.
You punch it.
Yep.
Your hand shatters. Which arm did you punch with?
His right one.
You no longer have a right arm, right hand. It ends at a bit below the elbow.
He looks down at the damage.
And you see in the mirror the woman passes by a portrait of a handsome Fowl, dressed in a soldier's garb. Not some bounty hunter or something, but a noble soldier protecting a village from all kinds of harm and smiling. And the smile moves in the picture to be slightly condescending, looking down upon you.
Do I
He can't make
smell
any real
hesitation?
noises, but this is the most upset anyone's seen Fowl.
do we see
Stop
that?
letting them provoke you.
No, but after your images, you can understand that some people are seeing some strange things that you can't quite get a full glimpse of.
Foul.
With that, though, he's going to turn to Ulfgar and hold out his good left arm.
Will remain with Fowl.
So the Raybar. Raybar's not leaving until he knows everyone's across.
Sorry, Scott. I do need a quick refresher on what we're seeing.
You were seeing all of the moments in your life where you thought you made the right choice twisted. All of your regrets amplified to the nth degree. You, Ulfgar, would see the inn burning down with a young girl's screams coming from inside of it.
Hearing my granddaughter's screams.
Most likely.
And the pit that you see is a chance to end it. As the guy said.
You see bodies of people who have not had the drive to carry on.
I will
What
simply
is-
pause and watch the scene unfold for a few moments.
And then
What is Ulfgar's code name?
Frost.
Rost?
Frost.
Rost.
That- Mhm. I'm sure some of the regrets are tinged with everything that happened in the recent weeks as well.
Most likely. But if they are regrets that we have, we've lived with them this long. There's no need to concern ourselves with what they are. We've made peace with that. Come a cost.
Ross will look at the rest of you and say, I'm a danger to all of you.
Does it matter?
I'm going to say the same thing that I said to Heartless. If you fall down there, I'm catching you.
You will fall as well.
We leave here together. We die together.
Lad, I came here to protect you. I can't do that anymore.
You are doing more protecting of me than you can think by just being around. Come across. If you go down that hole, there is no way you can protect me at all.
Raybar.
Yes.
Raybar, you see in the mirror directly above Ulfgar a reflection of yourself, garbed in rich clothing, next to many rich nobles that you recognize were part of the guild, laughing as you toss a tinderbox over your shoulder, walking away from a burning building.
Come across, Ulfgar. Now is not your time.
Ulfgar refusing to have another death he can prevent will go ahead and jump across.
I'm jumping down. Or jump across? Okay, I thought you meant jump down.
You jump
Oh my
across
God.
to the arms
Roll
of
on your
all of your
character.
friends as they pull you in away from the ledge.
Need a bit of height, Scott, so I can clear this.
Yeah, control and then.
Um,
From one click.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
are these mirrors first person or like in a third person view?
They change depending on what hurts the most.
Was mine in third or first?
Third person for Raybar.
What was my face like?
Gleefully laughing.
All of hopes are in first.
Yes. Warden, you finally glimpse something. Now that it's reached past the point of many of your past lives. Warden, you glimpse the sight of you hunting. You see a rabbit that you need to cook for dinner, and as you shoot it, it has your own face.
Good.
And then the next one. They are all changing, and they are all your name over and over and over again.
My actual name?
Yes.
As they're walking along, Fal's actually going to be working with his teeth on his left arm, trying to undo the straps of the shield so he can set it across his back.
Need help?
He would nod and hold out the good left arm.
Warden will undo the straps and
Yep, and he would just turn around and show his back as he would reach with his left arm to pull off the shotgun so that the shield can be set in place instead to the hanger there.
she'll hang it on his back.
Yep, and with that, he's going to tuck the shotgun under his right arm, holding it that way, or what's left of his right arm, holding it that way as he walks along.
Don't know what you guys are seeing. All I'm seeing is the reason that I'm doing this.
I tell you, it's
Going-
nothing good. You'll
I'm
have to be
going
happy.
to get my name back.
The problem is your name is splitting your memories in half almost. At one point, on one side, you feel like you comprehend it. On the other side, it is static white noise amplified into your head, splitting it in half. And if you don't get out of here soon, you will go insane. But
Orden will just kind of keep pace with their guide, nipping at his heels.
Mhm.
Scott,
Yes.
for Raybar, he's thinking about the reason that he's doing this and why he's here, and he's thinking about the items that we've talked about.
Yeah. And
That's the only image in his mind.
even with that, you see a mirror near the end of weapons that you haven't seen before. Probably from Mandos, and you see an army rolling over island after island, and you see dark swords affixed as bayonets to guns made of the same dark material. And
I
you
know this
see
material.
a soldier laughing at how easy it is.
Do I know the material?
You do know the material very well.
Again, I'm just going to think about those and as hard as I can. Only image.
And
Try to
finally,
push out the guns.
you arrive into a courtroom full of ice and a checkered floor.
I drop flying because it's kind of going walking around with it.
Yes.
Sometimes it pops me up randomly.
My queen, I have done my task. With that, she nods. This figure in the back of the room, standing atop a raised floor, a crown made of black glass and obsidian, shining despite its emptiness. Her complexion of ghostly white and black. She is not made of any flesh. You see, every movement she makes, it is shattering of certain parts of her body, growing back again. She's not elf, or human, or barely even fey. She is almost made of glass itself. But even more than that is every time there is a crack in her complexion, fog seeps down and pools around her feet to gently flow around the room. And you are currently standing in some sort of dark fog. And when this guide says that he has done his work, she nods. Thank you, but you were late. And he immediately shatters and dies. Now, let's see what the court has to deal with today. Come to the center. And as she speaks, it is grating on your ears and soft as a razor going through silk. What do you all wish to entertain with today, you strangers? Speak.
Wish to arrange a trial by combat.
Straight to the point, adventurers. So predictable. Please, there must be something else you wish. Something more important. Something like your name.
It is what I am after. That is my goal. I seek it as a prize.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3. Oh, you don't count Treeling. 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you really think that you could beat the court?
I seek not to anger the court. I seek to kill the Dryad.
Oh, but simply point her out and it will be easy. Where is this Dryad you seek?
She is the one that bears my name.
Oh, you mean this old thing? And with that, out of the shadows, around her feet, a figure rises. It's Warden, bound in a glass suit of armor. Do you wish her to be killed?
Yes.
What would you give in return?
I seek a favor for a favor.
A favor for a favor. Well,
You do me this favor, and I will owe you one. It's what she promised me to begin with, and she betrayed that trust.
she's
We
not.
had a deal, and it's broken because of her.
That's probably why she's my favorite offspring. But she's not entirely Fey, so it's understandable that she would break certain deals. I like that freedom, but for others, not myself. What if this favor were to simply do your best to allow us to accomplish our goal?
And how would you go about, or how would I go about doing that?
Oh, simply killing adventurers who wish to stop my progression. No
That-
big issue. After all, it is your name and being.
At the sound of that, you see Raybar twinge and goes back to listening.
Just those who wish my death or stopping of my goal. You must know that this is why you came to me. It wasn't my intention for her to steal your name, but certain things just work out.
And the gods seek to destroy or enslave the material plane.
Well,
Destroy and enslave your playthings.
they can have the material plane that's left. I concern myself with my Feywild.
Hope
But you're
pipes
not
up,
you're not back in the Feywild yet. You're here.
and they will come for you.
Pish posh. They don't care about things on other dimensions. Where do you think you are?
Some unholy offspring of the Feywild in the material plane.
Speaking of unholy offspring, she is very close to being let loose on the world. And she gestures over to the warden wreathed in black armor. I could let her loose and just roam about. You would never find her if she does not wish it.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, but I would make sure you wouldn't. You're in my power now. All of these little pesky memories you have, you'll wake up without a care.
God.
Hmm?
I want to, while this is going on, think about my mother's voice from when I was a child.
In here, You can't remember it.
I'm digging.
Make a charisma saving throw. It's not there. All of those happy memories you all have, they're strangely absent in the heart and center of the Unseelie Court.
I focus, then if I can't find that, then I just focus on my own celestial being. My own, that part of me. As hard as I can.
Okay.
Hope exhales. Looking at Warden and everyone else. Is there a dot to be connected by Where's My Skeleton and Nintra? And what would I need to roll to connect that dot?
Between the living skeleton.
The message he received when I asked, "Where are you?" and got back, "Where's my skeleton?"
Was the necromancer.
Yes. The necromancer mostly probably has no connection with this person. With this fae.
Letting her loose is the last thing I want. I don't want to be bound to you for my life. That is not a favor I am willing to grant.
Oh no. I would not take ownership of you. You are asking for ownership of yourself in return for me hiring you as adventurers.
On a contract with no end date.
Oh, you noticed that? Yes, but I would only call on you when certain adventurers would be getting too close.
And with the ruckus you're causing back in town?
Oh, nobody
That would
will
be
notice.
always.
Nobody will notice that after a little bit. We'll just move the island or something like that.
Would you not seek to go back?
Go back to the Fae where they kicked me out when I can make my own? Why would I do that?
Because seeing the hatred on your enemy's face as you enslave them is more poetic.
You might have a point there if they were able to cross over, but they are not, and I am not. So I will make do.
And if we were to change that?
Oh, that would be a favor worth giving. If you could transport my domain into the Fae, or allow me access to it, that would be worth a name.
Then I will do my research, figure out how. But in exchange, I want her head.
Well, that would be the simple matter of finding Obadon Briag's grave and his ritual site. If you found that and were able to destroy that ritual, I could give you the head right now.
Does that name ring a bell?
Yes, he was the leader of the legendary adventurers, the king of the elven city that was destroyed, that started the War of Heroes and Nightmares. He had himself executed for the war crimes that he committed during that war. He did what had to be done to end the threats that went against the civilized world. All
Not
the
just her head, I
dragons-
want her life.
No, that's assumed. That specific turn of phrase in the Feywild has never changed. We like it too much. But this one here, and she gestures to the one right next to her. You want her dead,
And my name back.
and your name back, of course. In return, you will swear that you will find Obadon Briag's tomb and ritual site, and make it so I have the ability to rule the Unseelie Court.
I believe we've come to an agreement.
I believe we have. And she reaches a hand out, and it comes closer to you, stretching like blown glass in front of you. And as you look down the hand, it's just razor blades of glass.
She'll touch it anyway. She'll shake the hand.
As you shake the hand, you feel yourself start to bleed. And then the person next to her, the armor dissolves, and Warden starts to cry and plead that she is the real Warden. But the piece of armor that's on her feet grab her and pull her closer to you, Warden.
I raise my bow, level an arrow,
She's
and
crying.
fire.
You
I
kill
fire.
Warden. Collapsing on the ground, Warden's blood flowing out onto the glass and ice. You see each of the members of the court sigh. And the energy of that life form gets sucked into the ground, and each of them look a little bit more vibrant. And the queen nods at you all. Yes. Thank you. I would like to cast one little trick on you to make you stay here forever, but go with my blessing.
Warden will turn and start heading out.
Hope will be the last to leave.
Yep. Foul would actually give a slight dip of the head and then turn to leave.
She nods back.
Gore will stay a moment with hope to look at the other warden body. Try and make sense of what we just witnessed.
You just see Raybar is just gone. Nowhere. His face is just static.
I grab Raybar by the shoulder.
He shrugs it off.
Don't believe their lies.
Hearing Warden's voice, he just turns around and goes.
Ta-ta. And if any of you wish to make deals, especially you, loveless one,
I will simply tap hope at it. Say, not now, hope. We're heartless. Let's be on our way.
oh please, I still make those good old-fashioned deals of firstborn. After all, what's the point of never having a firstborn if you never can get someone to love you or love someone in return?
Smiles.
I would actually turn around at that, look up at Nintra, cock his head to the side as if trying to figure what she means out, and then just turns and leaves anyways.
He starts to walk away.
You see Raybar
After
moving
being-
slowly.
He's going to let Ulfgar go ahead of him, and he's going to give the wave he gave when he left the boat.
This is your last.
Planumber's boat.
This is your last chance, little hope. You may never have a firstborn or a secondborn without my help. Just say the word. And you see her hands start to elongate a little bit.
Raybar looks back at Hope, and it seems to you guys his normally golden eyes just are shining a little brighter. Move, Hope. Now.
Hope is going to give that laissez-faire wave he gave Planumber when he exited the boat. Where I'm going... There is more than one way to break a curse.
I wish you all the best of luck. And as you all intend to go back, you find yourselves outside. Being thrust out of a bolt of lightning, falling to the ground, looking up to see Soupcan Sam finishing some story above 3 graves that are lovingly made.
I'm not going to stop thinking about it, Scott.
Let's get you guys in there.
Stop thinking about it.
Dude, before we continue, you have me in straight tears over here.
I
I straight cried. Not even gonna cap.
didn't know I could get this angry at D&D.
I'm in straight tears.
I think I nearly almost just blew up, but we're good.
Broken reflections are the sharpest sort of pain. And it's not over yet.
As soon as I see Sam, I'm going for him. I'm ready to go. Now.
Like Raybar said, let's get out of here.
What?
Yeah, that was too quiet for Discord.
Yeah.
I'm just looking something up in my notes.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna be right back again.
Full bladder.
Of course, will simply go to say a prayer over those corpses and then find himself quite lost,
That,
even as he starts it.
even after saying those words, Raybar still has 1,000-yard stare.
Hope will walk up to the both of them. Listen. But both of you.
What?
Things pull at my mind that I didn't know would. And I know both of you are in a similar headspace. If not for yourselves, than for me.
Everything I do is for the good of the people here.
Just all I'm asking. Don't leave me behind.
As Hope speaks that, Val's going to go up to him and with his good arm rest a claw on his shoulder and give him a small nod as if to indicate, yeah, you're stuck with me.
No, listen.
No,
I don't know what these curses are going to eventually do to me.
doesn't matter. Your hope. To me, you're my friend.
I know.
This damned world put me here with what I am, and I best protect what I have.
I'm asking you not to protect me, but to protect me from myself. If something goes wrong,
Which I will be right by your side, or not very far. You know where I was the morning of COVID.
and if for whatever reason,
I will strike you down.
please make me that promise. That if something happens, and
I swear that.
I would rather it be by all of yours hand than
I
have
swear
my
that.
sister or my family witness that.
I swear that on my own soul. But if it comes to that, I will personally be the one to strike you down. And you see him starting to tear up.
This is not the best place to make such oaths.
This is the best place to make such oath. A land of laws that cannot be circumvented, and rules. I swear that oath to you. Hope.
I'm afraid you all are all I have right now.
Well, that sucks.
Warden.
No, you're right.
You're right. You are.
But Warden, what is your name?
Orchid.
Pleasure to meet you, Orchid. My name's Raybar.
We're
That-
still in the Fae where we're not supposed to tell each other's names, right?
We're not. We're in the safe area.
Oh, just like this singular area is. Okay.
Yeah.
But
This.
when you're given permission to leave, you can leave with a click of the heel. Literally,
I
you have to
click my
click your
heels.
heels.
I click my
And
heels instantly.
you all do, and you appear. In Edwin's Cove.
God, you are incredible.
As soon as we're out of Edwin's Cove, you see me reach into my bag and pull out something that you haven't seen me have in a long, long time. I pull out my blade and I go to a knee. Blade down, and I will just head down, hope Morphos, now that we're out of that accursed land. I, Raybar Bastille, making oath to you that I will strike you down if the need be, with no mercy or hesitation.
hope you never have to fulfill that oath.
Neither do I.
And Hope smiles.
He puts out his arm for the Viking grip that we were taught by Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Hope will do the same.
I grab him. You may not be able to be loved, my friend, but there is more than one way to create a strong bond.
You're right. He looks at Ulfgar as they're all coming back too.
I'm assuming
We
your
have-
stats revert, by the way.
Scott hasn't said that, so
Yes. As you appear, you have a split second to choose between this new person who you've become through the Feywild or the old person.
I'm gonna bring him back.
I'll stay.
Hmm.
I want my grip point back.
Yeah, because you only
Wait,
lost
does that-
points.
Does that mean that we lose the inspiration as well? That we gained?
Yes. You've
We would?
lost the inspiration now that you've left Fey.
Okay.
We all have.
No, that temporary inspiration is gone. However, Warden, remember this copy of your character sheet, in the split second, you can decide to be your permanent one.
Yes. I will take the hit to strength and keep that intelligence. Because, damn.
The River Warden wants a 12 intelligence.
No, River Warden is 27 intelligence. Unless that reverts. 12 was the old one.
12 was the old one.
I actually have both in front of me.
Okay, because
Also, guys, basically everybody but Gordon knows what's going on. What I've been working on, so much better now.
actually,
Oh, yes, it is.
actually, Warden, you would keep your normal character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, in your specific instance. However, roll 2d4 for me, and add that to your
Oh.
maximum HP for completing your character arc. Most of it.
I need to ask.
God damn it.
Do the stats for everyone else revert, or do they stay?
We can choose.
Everyone else can choose.
Also, does Fal's armor remain shattered, or?
It could. All of your equipment will return to you.
No,
His
I mean
arm.
like his missing arm.
Oh yes, if you choose to keep the new stat sheet, you would still lose your arm.
I mean, so it's gone no matter what. Okay.
If you revert
you-
back,
if-
then your
yeah.
arm would be reverted back.
And you
Okay.
can talk again.
Yes,
If he would revert back, since he does not like being like that. So
fair enough.
There.
And re-roll that one.
Oh yeah, we reroll ones for HP.
Yep.
Forgot.
Even if it's a D4 inspiration for.
was it a 4 hit to wisdom we took?
Keep going.
No! Again?
Yeah, I don't accept ones. There we go.
There we go. A plus 5.
6, because oh yeah, +5. +5 to your maximum HP as the true DM inspiration is given.
I do actually really enjoy that rule.
Didn't mean to roll that. I
Low-key.
was trying to change the stat sheet back to normal.
So Scott, for Ulfgar, I would lose half my maximum HP, but gain intelligence and wisdom.
If you wish to become super squishy. And it would maintain for continuing. You would regain
So-
half of the HP you would if you level up.
I see.
Oh, that's a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So to follow up with that, my curses. Where do those fall?
Remind me.
The Curse of the Unloved
Right,
and Curse of
that's-
Revenge.
Those two were done outside, so they would still remain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they were carried in and done inside, so.
They remain because it remained part of my identity. I understand. Oh, you sly motherfucker!
What?
Hmm?
I'll DM you later. I don't think that's how you meant that to go, but that's funny.
Okay.
Can we not hear?
How are we
I
feeling?
kind of want to know.
How are we feeling?
Okay.
Our exhaustion wise.
You're on the brink of exhaustion. It's definitely time for you to sleep. And as you're looking around, the head of the village comes up. And you see that she's slightly different than normal. Oh, yeah, by the way, the detect good and evil right behind you is so much evil it almost makes you want to throw up. And you realize if anybody casts detect magic, the Feywild has crept up to the point where you just stepped away from. And as the...
Do I?
Yes?
It also detects Fey. Do I detect any Fey presence on us?
On you, traces of the Feywild, but on the... yes. On the leader that's coming at you, definitely a strong sense of Fey. You get the feeling the wild has crept up to consume this village. At least the magic has. Hello, would you like to stay for longer?
No. We must be going.
Oh, please. Remember to sign your names on the sheets before you go.
No.
And you see one of her eyes is almost red with how bloodshot it is.
We must be on our way now. It was a pleasure.
Are you
Under your
sure?
gratitude.
Are you absolutely sure? And you see Supkan Sam is already at the boat.
You must be new at this. You'll get better at trickery. As I just walk off.
Please. I must be a good host. Nor can I leave so soon.
You have been a good host. As we go away now, we take our leave. And Raybar just
Hopeful.
leaves.
Hope we'll give a nod.
If she follows us down the pier, I'm gonna cast Charm Person on her.
At Rebar's words, though, she does deflate a little bit. And you all...
Remember, once I was the witty one.
Yeah, and you all hop onto the ship. So let's go into the player's world. As you
I
climb
will
on.
be last on.
Mm-hmm.
As he hops onto the ship, I leave the name Heartless here to rot.
Oh,
You
I'm
said over
keeping
the player's world?
Yep, to where you guys have all of your stuff.
Oh, I'm keeping Nathaniel with me. He's so useful.
And he will spit the name out,
Yeah.
for it will not rule me further. I will find a way to break this curse.
Who looks back?
Warden will.
Hope will.
Raybar will not.
Foul not.
Ulfgar looks back, and he has kept his old self as well. Or then not the Fey self.
Yes. Has anyone
Frost.
kept their face self?
No,
Okay.
I believe.
or at least I haven't.
Yes. As you all climb aboard, those of you who looked back, Hope, Warden, and Ulfgar, you suddenly feel attached as you see the trees start to grow and change. You see the foliage start to darken, and the unseelie Feywild of the Queen of Broken Glass and Shadows fully takes over this island as you leave. And that's when you realize the age-old saying, if you look back, you will return someday. And you get the feeling that if you truly wished to find this place again, you could point to it on the horizon without any challenge.
Hope will put a hand to his heart. Say nothing. And let Warden speak.
I hate it, but it had to be done.
No one judges you for that, Warden. Especially me.
Orchid, please.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Go, Orchid.
Bargain you made, Orchid, though.
What'd you say?
The bargain you made, Orchid.
I don't like it, but it had to be done.
Orchid. It's okay. I promise.
Let's hope.
That's all we've got now, isn't it? He
I mean,
smiles.
I have more than hope. I have Raybar, and I have Ulfgar, and I have...
Get on the boat, you fucking moron.
Is that an invitation? And then she'll just step on the boat.
Though, funny point, you do feel the invitation does make you feel better about getting on the boat. It doesn't stop you, but it feels better. And being Fey touched does seem to have impacted you in some minor way.
You guys watch as Raybar was probably the first one on a boat, and he looks afoul and he's just, come, I need your help and your hands.
Val would nod, but the entire time he's walking along, he's flexing his right claw like he's trying to make sure it's still his.
Don't worry, friend. It's on. I can take it off if that's what you're looking for.
He shakes his head quickly.
That's what I
No.
Come, let's make use of that right hand. We have stuff to do.
Yep, and with that, he would actually follow along.
Well,
Okay.
first, a few hours of sleep. I'm tired.
With that, he would actually just head back to his own place and curl up on the bale of hay he has.
Yeah, I go up to my the master bedroom and instantly pass out and sleep for exactly a long rest.
Exactly a wrong base. Quick
Because
question.
as soon as
What's
yeah.
the sign up front? What would it
Oh.
say in front of the little
In-
fallow thing?
In front of Fowls,
Stockade.
it's do not feed the Ulfgar.
Ah.
if Volgar turns
You know, immediately after Ulfgar went mad briefly with the possession,
Uh,
he was just like, all right, we're just having this for containment. And
Beware-
just put the sign as a little bit of snark.
yeah, beware the Ulfgar.
No, do not feed the Ulfgar.
Oh, we really do bully the fuck out of Ulfgar.
He
He's
bullies the
one-
fuck out of us. It's
Yeah.
fine.
he chose
Actually beat you
PvP.
up.
He woke up and chose violence.
As a peace domain cleric.
Irony.
Peace as in you leave us some pieces, so.
End up
Hope will
becoming
spend the
I end
next
up being-
I'll bring peace to the world no matter how many children and men and women have to kill.
That's
God.
actually pretty accurate for Ulfgar
God.
of how things have gone.
Hope will spend the next 8 hours during his long rest reading his Book of Shadows considering sleep does not come to him. He
Actually,
will just
Scott,
course over his notes.
Scott, I'm gonna, before I go to sleep, as I'm laying down, drifting off, I want to think about the things that happened in the courtroom
Mm-hmm.
and the light of that celestial side of myself, and focus on that as I drift off.
Warden stays up for a little bit. She'll find one of the storytellers that is not Sam, and she will ask, How long were we gone?"
According to my recollection, upon Derek Storm's recollection.
Who's this Derek?
Yeah, he's the one currently by the giant map and time log and everything, so he would be the one to know. That would be. He goes through his little. He actually has a little journal where he keeps his notes. It's full of little
Stage
short
directions.
stories.
Is it his
stuff like
dialogue?
that.
Is it
Yeah,
just
it is
it's
his
just
dialogue,
Stage
and
directions.
and it actually does have stage directions and lighting and enter stage right.
Scott,
kind of
I
thing.
love you.
Oh, that's just amazing.
I both love him and hate him.
Facts.
I count 48 sleepless nights of me being tortured by my own thoughts.
Since we've been away.
So about a month and a half.
That's what I was afraid of. Not the sleepless nights, that's your prerogative.
It's okay. Detective Derek Storm is used to not anybody caring about his woes.
Damn. Little
He
do we
has
know, Derek is
shoulders.
just super depressed.
He has shoulders chiseled and strong enough to carry his own burdens. Like Atlas, he disappears, carrying his responsibility into the night.
Hey, throw down
yeah,
the smoke bomb.
Good for you, buddy.
By the way,
yeah,
do we know where we're going?
no, we don't.
I love that.
Hope is still up.
I love how
if
he
you
just
wanna
dropped
ask
the
it.
act briefly too when he just had no answer.
And thus we wander, like I do, in my dreams.
Hope will write down Orchid's name in his book of shadows, actually.
Would the warden name still be there on the Book of Shadows? Can we think of it?
He never wrote it.
Yeah, he can delete it though if it was.
He
Can
never
you
wrote it
delete
to
it?
begin with.
Yeah, I was just curious as to if
Yes.
like anything that had been written that attempted to get the name would have automatically converted to Orchid.
It wasn't there in the first place because it would have gotten erased.
I kind of forgot about that, but
Warden, you hear Hope's voice in your head. So, where should we go now?
Home. Your home.
Boy.
You're aware that's going to be a situation, right?
Oh yes, let me get you to. Yep, you're on the world map. That's good.
And mine wasn't.
Fair. Just
You guys are Edwin's Cove.
make sure I don't do anything stupid.
No promises.
Where is
Hopefully this will
Hope
be a
home?
different kind of pain.
What were you saying, Ulfgar?
Where is Hope's home on the map?
Southern Sapphire, so it's south
Directly south.
west of
almost.
us. Yeah.
It is here.
Let's see.
Jesus.
Here.
Thank you, Roll20, for doing all the bleeps at once.
Oh no!
It has
Are
done
you
that to me
okay?
so many times.
It just
I
scares
suggest-
me every time. It's super loud.
I suggest
Hey.
you tell the navigator. Because it's not me.
We'll set up in the morning. It's time for sleep.
That's fair. If you need anything, I'll be up, like I have been, for the past month. GX, like, there's like an
If
ampersand.
you're
Month and
gonna
a half,
stay up, then
technically.
you go tell the navigator. Smartass.
Hope will go do that.
Technically, you've all stayed up for the last month and a half.
No, he's literally just. Hope has not slept for like the last month and a half. Hope has fucking blessing the moon or aspect of the moon.
I know.
So,
Time is weird.
Not gonna lie, this isn't the first time this has happened to me. Like Reese as a player.
So, telling the navigator, which today is Henderson, who is asleep at the wheel, like usual.
He's just going to send a crackling blast repeatedly into the sky until Henderson wakes up.
Nothing.
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 Maladrak.
Take the book again. That worked well.
He sighs. We'll walk up to Henderson.
Into his. Yeah, he is currently sleeping on top of the wheel,
On top of the wheel.
Is he draped like a cat?
basically.
He's going.
And you notice that his beard isn't just for show; it is curled up in a perfect pillow.
Well, at least you're comfy. Ugh. He's gonna try a thunder wave just above Henderson. Not at Henderson, above Henderson.
But not
just
doing any
because it's
damage.
loud.
Nothing.
Oh, holy shit.
It had to be Henderson.
Fuck. God.
Do it in the morning. It'll be easier.
He exhales. We're just going to be traveling on the sea openly until we tell him, so...
But have we undocked?
Yeah, have
Oh,
we
yeah,
undocked,
you're
actually?
Now you're just
Okay.
currently, if you head straight where you're going, you would hit this little island here, probably.
Okay.
In
How
a
long would
day?
that take?
Probably. No, let's look at the reference chart. Yeah, by morning, before morning, you would hit it.
Would it be like
As in
we'd run
be in the
aground?
area, or we'd actually slam directly into it?
If nobody's there to turn, then yeah, just run aground.
Oh boy.
Hope is going to sigh. He's gonna take the book.
Ooh.
It goes full rabid monster book from Harry Potter on you.
Yes. I know. You don't like being touched. I just need him. He's
Take a
trying
couple
to communicate
points
to
of
the book.
biting damage from the book before Henderson finally. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Two things. One, we're traveling to the Southern Sapphire. That's where we should navigate to. Two, is there any other way to wake you up than by getting bit?
Yeah, just wait for me to wake up.
He visibly exhales, and then visibly inhales.
Besides, I never sleep. I'm part elf.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check. He's Elven. It's just a deep meditation.
Just don't make sure we don't run aground, and we're heading to the Southern Sapphire.
So almost due south.
That was all I needed. Thank you.
Okay, sir. And with a foot, he turns the ship in the right direction, looks at a compass. Yeah, it'll be somewhere around there.
I mean,
You start heading
to
south.
be fair, that's how navigating in ships way back was kind of how it went.
It's kind of how it goes, yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
there was also looking at the stars, but sure, whatever.
Hope sighs. He's gonna go back to the mansion. And in his book, he will write on an empty page once more, in response to the question he had received months ago. You a skeleton, question mark? Well, that's a bit of a complicated question. Is there something I could offer in exchange?
No response.
He sighs, and we'll just continue to flip through his book for the rest of the night while he takes his long rest.
Okay.
That's all I got.
As soon as morning hits, I want to gather Elagos and Fowl and Hope to help on a project, and that'll kind of be what I'm doing for the trip.
Fal would help out with that. He would also be fiddling with getting his tools just right for making pellets easily using drip method to just get small beads of molten lead to fall into oil, which would quickly cool it. And he'd just make the MO by hand after that when he has free time.
Okay.
At some point, while you're working on that, Ulfgar will join all of you and say, I did not expect to be away for so long.
Don't think any of us did.
I have an obligation to my granddaughter. I must send a message to her of some sort.
Warden pulls that rope.
No, Fowl has a better solution. Fowl, would you show us to the
Stockade?
the Ulfgar protection program?
Oh, we'll laugh quietly.
Fal would actually proudly lead everyone over to the
The stockade.
stockades with the sign that goes, "Do not feed the Ulfgar," and present it like he's presenting the greatest thing since sliced ham.
Ulfgar, if you would.
Like, he looks so
What is
proud
it?
of himself.
Craftsmanship.
Do not feed the
So,
fowl.
as Ulfgar will kind of look at all of this and just say, I will need a footstool, Val. This is a bit too high for me.
Fal would
Warden
actually
imagines a
look
footstool there.
horrified at this, nod quickly, and rush inside as if trying to find something he
Warden
can
will
use.
imagine a footstool there.
Yes, so instead of bringing it down to his height, the footstool appears.
Yeah, I mean, we
No,
need
it's
to
kind of
have
a
we
different-
need to have the humiliation if he kicks it away on accident.
Fair enough.
Oh, here you assume that we're going to leave it there. Hope was immediately going to kick it away.
You
I
might
think the-
actually hang me that way.
I think the funny bit though is that Orchid just, immediately imagined that, while Fal immediately was just looking for one the old-fashioned way. Like, for Fal, this doesn't come naturally. He's just immediately going, well, let's see what I've got. I think I've got something. And,
Now we've got it.
Fal would actually walk out looking sheepish, realizing.
Did you must have forgotten.
Warden will imagine a lock on the stockade once Ulfgar's in there.
I will
Oh,
need
God.
my hands for a few moments to actually cast the spell.
You,
Did you not
your
cast
your hands will be free.
Cast it. And then I'm ready. I'm gonna have my hands on. Where am I? I'm probably still in my bed, aren't I? Yep. Whee!
No, I waited until all of you were
Yeah, we
clustered.
were all
Okay.
there.
No, I'm talking about my token.
Ah.
Boom. I'm going to be behind Ulfgar, ready to push him in to the stockade. Someone get ready to shut it.
I am first gonna cast protection from good to give myself protection from being possessed by celestials. And then I'm gonna go ahead
Is-
and
Is your granddaughter religious?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
she's not
Okay, yeah,
super
then.
religious, but she's not a priest. But
I was just saying, like, if that were the case, then You wouldn't have to go through all this because you're not technically connecting to a religious mind, but
Yeah, like I don't know for like Okar is a
I
priest.
mean,
of
after
Beryl.
last time, we probably should play it safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
getting ready to shove him in the stockade. Somebody get ready to close it.
So
Val would nod as he prepares to close it just in case.
his
Hope is going to
granddaughter
maintain concentration on an Eldritch Blast that is on held action in case shit goes bad.
yeah. So his
He's going to back
granddaughter
way
is,
the fuck up.
is a keeper of the hearth and home, which is what Beranar is all about. But she is primarily a tavern keep, not a priestess. So he's not expecting her to be possessed, but just in case, he will accede to this humiliation without any question.
We must use the Elfgar protection protocols.
do it whenever you're ready.
We're ready.
Gonna cast protection from good, and then go ahead and do ascending to his granddaughter, Helga.
Helga. Yes.
Knock him in anyway.
You send the message. What do you send?
After the spell is done, I'm shoving him in.
What message do you send?
I am sorry for the delay, lass, but I am well. Is Friedmont okay? Are you okay? And that is his primary concern, is just, is his home okay, and is she okay?
Okay. In reply, you're alive. And she's whispering. Oh, thank. She stops herself before thanking the gods. The guild has taken over. I'm in prison. It's a nightmare. Please, help us. And that's the end.
Yeah, that is the.
Not seeing him go crazy, I'm gonna imagine the lock disappear.
Val's gonna lift the stockade up. Like the top half of it, not the bit that would actually lift over. I need to clarify that before he chokes.
And just a reminder, Hope, it was. Let's see. Was it the? It was the father that wasn't religious, right?
Yeah, the mother was religious.
The mother was. Yeah.
If I remember.
My mom was religious. My father was very not. I know that for certainty.
Fair enough.
Hope was not. He took after his father.
Ah, there it is. Yeah.
Ulfgar will look at Raybar and say, Friesmont is in chaos. The guilds have taken over. Eldia is in prison.
Fuck! You see him, he's upset. Those fucking bastards. What have they done? Other than, okay, away.
Hope looks at the both of them and then back at Wooden.
If you're okay with it.
Not yet, lad. I can still send another message. Find.
No,
Why didn't you say that when they were getting you out of that?
it's fine. That's all I need to do. Okay? It's the guild. The guild's what's running rampant. They're probably taking advantage of the chaos that's going on. There are plenty of followers, Baranor and other gods there.
Hope exhales through his nose. Pinching the bridge of it. Put him back in the stockade
It's
one
your
more time.
call. It's your family that.
Put him back in the stockade one more time.
Back in the stockade.
Val would sigh at that.
Oh no! Seeing him not go crazy on. Who are you contacting?
My father is not religious. I took after him.
All right. I'd say that we don't need the stockade. I don't think.
Put him in it anyway. I didn't realize my mother
I'm
was
going
that
to
devout either.
I'm just gonna intelligence check that real quick.
Lad.
I mean,
It
there are
is-
plenty of evil gods that also have gone crazy that people wouldn't admit to worshipping. So
If if his father wasn't religious, that would probably mean that safe. Yes.
yes, if he hasn't
You say he's not
admitted-
religious, right?
Yeah. If he
That's
says
correct.
the father hasn't admitted to being religious, yes.
And as they're having the discussion, Ulfgar will simply say, "I would prefer to go back to the stockade.
Or
If we're
I,
sending to anyone that we have not before, or perhaps even to someone we have not contacted in some time,
I'm in agreement.
Gotcha.
Sure will.
All right,
Do it.
go.
do you have a message in mind? Hope, I simply want to know she was safe."
Tell him his son is okay, and Hilda's going to. I have to find the description, so give me a moment while I do so.
While he's thinking, I knew that the guild would do something like this. I had it in my thoughts. Slimy bastards take any reason to take away anybody's joy in life.
Idris Morthos is the younger of my two parents. He's got black hair and built like someone you've never seen before. He actually also has two dual-colored eyes, where one is red and one is yellow. He's shorter than my mother by about 2 inches.
Can you cast magic to show him?
Oh, yeah. Hope will disguise self as his father.
Yes, let me describe him by saying he has a body you've never seen before and shorter than another person that you've never seen before by 2 inches.
Yeah, Hope will turn into his father. A brick shit house, but
Yep.
slightly shorter than what his mother would have appeared during the last time they did this.
Fowl looks over, judges, and walks back after a small huff of, I'm stronger.
Stronger.
Like, I mean, Fowl is built like the Hulk, basically, so
So is
Yes.
Raybar is similar.
he's also a brick shit. He's also a brick shit house,
yeah,
just much bigger.
even though I have a +0 in strength, I'm still. The description said he's the brick shit house from forging. So
Certain fights
Well,
you'll win. Lower center of gravity fights, maybe not. But what message do you send?
Tell him his son is okay and alive. Do they need help? And his mother okay?
Right.
Then Hope's eyes will kind of miss over as he gets back in the stockade, and he'll hold an Eldritch Blast again, in case this goes south.
same plan. I'm getting ready to shove him in. Wow, get ready to shut the stockade.
And as before Ulfgar pops in, is there something I can say to assure him that I am an ally of yours?
Remember that phrase I keep throwing around? Malakthral? It was his favorite swear word in Infernal.
But then you're just swearing at him.
He'll know what it means.
Will he?
I will say ally of hope, he says Malak Thrall.
Hey, look at you. You've learned your first language in first word in Infernal.
Well, Celestial seems to lack it. Alright.
Would you like us to teach you?
Okay.
I like
You
to think this
send
Celestial's.
you send a message, and the reply is quick in coming. My son is alive? How? Where? Never mind. Tell him, bring an army, bring adventurers, get here now. Lyra's about to be executed.
That's a little bit more pressing.
Yep.
Whoa! Whoa!
I guess we know where we're going.
The world moves on without you guys.
Yeah.
It's been a month and a half since. Actually, it's been almost 2 months since we sent the first message because we were in there 2 weeks.
Right.
And then
So-
we were in there for a month and a half.
And then there's little tiny incidents of, the world.
Yeah, the world's a thing still. I know we want to go save your granddaughter.
No,
and
lad.
I want to stop
I-
the fucking guild, but execution's a little bit more pressing than imprisonment.
I agree entirely.
Hope's entire face goes completely pale.
Hope,
Like stark white.
we handled it before, however successfully. Looks over at Orchid.
You can continue saying Warden if you
My-
would like.
No, I gotta
Just
change it.
in character.
Yeah. Looks over to Orchid.
And he's being
Glare.
executed? Was she?
Not on our watch.
Never on our watch.
Just because they can't love me doesn't mean I can't love them.
Does it? Does it?
Yes, it
I
is
mean-
a one-way curse.
Okay.
He can love whoever
That's why
he
it's so
wishes.
bad.
Unrequited love every time.
And anyone can love Mallory.
Which you can't love.
She can't love me. Yeah.
And you guys notice Mallory isn't there.
Fuck.
She's stuck in the Feywild. Oh god.
Hope is going to hastily pull out his Book of Shadows. Is Mallory's name still on the page?
Yes.
He will write to Mallory.
Well, we know she's a true cleric, right? Or do we?
No, should we just know that she's not transformed? She
Well,
died.
the
We know
message, the message doesn't go to me. It goes to my book.
that. Right.
Ah,
I
So
am going to go
he's
check
banking
the
on
life
that.
boats just in case.
Okay. Well, if you ask any of the other people where she went.
Oh, right. The storytellers.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Mallory. 2 weeks or so in, she said she needed to.
Is Sam saying this?
Yes.
Yeah, 2
Oh.
2 weeks or so is before
Sorry,
we
not
went
Sam.
in.
That would be Henderson who would know.
No. 2 weeks or so is before we went in with Sam.
No, after you went in.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yes, 2 weeks or so. Yeah, she said that she needed somewhere to go to learn how to love again. So she went to the capital of the arts and music and bards. So she booked passage to the Lorien.
She ought to be safe-ish, maybe there. I don't know.
By the way, just for point of order, can I get the place where I'm supposed to go disrupt the ritual?
Or do we not know?
She gave us it. I didn't write it down because I
She said
couldn't figure out how to
Obadon,
spell.
Obadon Briog's 2.
Yeah, but can you write that out for me because I don't know how to spell that.
It's in the. His name is in the thing. I have it here.
Yeah,
Oh,
something like
well,
this.
then copy paste it for
Yeah.
me.
Yep,
I
I'm
can
doing it
remember
for
the
you.
spelling.
Thank you.
Also, interesting thing. None of us except Ulfgar knows about Mallory's curse.
Yes.
Didn't you tell Hope?
I told you she
Oh.
was cursed, but I did not tell anyone the details of the curse.
Then she would have,
Hope-
she would have just said that she needs to go find herself.
Hope knows about her about his own curse, but he doesn't know about Mallory's.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, it looks like we've got a long ride to the Southern Sapphire. That's where we're going.
By the
He
way,
looks
Where we
at-
should run.
by the way, do any of you know what to do with Rosebud?
She left Rosebud.
She left her here?
Said Rosebud would be better in our company, and well, Granny Cutthroat has kind of taken that under her wing, but
I can deal with her.
Can I?
I will help when I can.
Well,
Hope is actually gonna.
I have raised 2 daughters myself.
well, I've raised 16 grandchildren. You got nothing on me.
Okay, I
She
don't
wags
know
a
if
you
finger
know.
at you.
That I do not. As dwarves, I do not have anything on you. And
Granny,
I will just see ground there.
That's right. Sugar, breakfast,
Granny,
lunch, and dinner.
please. Can I talk to her at least?
Rosebud is there after Granny Cutthroat
Not
appeared.
imprisoned.
Hope adopts a much softer tone than most of you have seen before. Like, even with other interactions with the Rosebud. Hey, kiddo.
Hi.
I know things are kind of crazy right now. I'm sorry. There's not much I can do to remedy that at the moment. Do me a favor. Listen to what Granny says, please.
Okay.
And we will. Your sister will be home soon.
I know. She's off on an adventure, just like all the stories they tell me. Like your adventure that you went on. You should tell me sometime.
He smiles. How about while we're making our way to a new one?
Okay.
We'll give Rosebud a little pat on the head. And just flick the light cantrip in her direction just to mess with her a little bit.
No, that's Uncle Raybar's thing. He stole that from me. You know that, right? That's my trick. Light.
He's just gonna laugh.
Adventures are so cool.
He will, during the time of travel, explain in detail his side. Omitting some things, like the mirrors specifically. Playing up others.
Children's storybook style.
Yeah, kinda.
You know what you're doing? You're telling a story.
Yeah, and every single storyteller is there making notes, including the Ulrich the Impaler.
Detective Derek Storr always takes notes.
Do you want me to roll for performance to see how
please.
well I tell it?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Come on, Charisma
Where's my
boy.
Where's my performance button? I gotta find it. It's been a while. There it is.
Hey.
Could be
18.
better. None of them seem satisfied, except
Well,
Ulrich, who always seems very nice, like the nicest of the storytellers, and he knits a little blanket for Rosebud that describes his adventure into the Feywild. Much prettier colors, though.
outside of helping Raybar, that is primarily what he'll do during the travel.
Yeah.
Raybar's
And
8 hours a day. Or no, I only need 8 hours to sleep, so what's that give me? 16? 14?
Yeah,
16.
there is a
No, you're
level
right, you're
of
right.
hard effort that does need to be. You need to take more
Yeah.
breaks, but yeah.
But no, 16 hours a day, basically. I'm
Sure.
working on that.
Also remember, take away, no, not you, but Hope, take away 4 hours of your day for a thorough critique of your storytelling skills by all of them.
While
4
Hope
hours total or 4 hours apiece?
4 hours total, but another 4 hours just for Soup Can Sam.
He will live through this begrudgingly. He's vivid.
While Hope is getting lectured, Warden is kind of examining her bow in earshot, amused at the lecture.
Also, Warden, you realize your bow is changed.
Yes. What's it do now?
It's feel like it can warp a little bit. It's been Fey touched. So let me.
You can get this to me later if you don't have it on hand.
I just need to type up the.
Also, another thing, Scott, for me during the travel, is at night I'm thinking back to that same scene, or every night, and that feeling I felt.
Okay, so you can now once a day spend an hour focusing on a specific arrow, molding it with your bow, making the arrow Fey touch to a degree, and then you may shoot it in any place you wish, and in 100-foot. Sorry, let me double check. 100-foot cube, which is different than the 150-foot cube, you can instantly cast hallucinatory terrain.
Hallucinatory terrain, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good spell.
What is that?
Nice.
It's a super underrated spell. I believe it's from Xanathar's.
Nope. It's
PHB.
been in the beginning. Yeah, I've always used it. Probably one of my.
Yeah, it's super underrated.
Makes
That's...
a part of the terrain looks like another part of the terrain, so you can make it look like a giant gaping hole has appeared, or a grassy meadow on top of a giant hole, a bridge appear where there wasn't any, things like that.
That is
The bridge thing is
extremely
actually,
useful.
The bridge thing is actually not something I can do.
Eh,
Manufactured structures.
a stone bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I know in Crit Roll they used it to make terrain where there was not, and then they had a bunch of Duragar fall to their deaths.
Not
Which
only
was
that,
brilliant.
but episode 26 they used hallucinatory terrain.
It's a pretty
I don't think
awesome
I've gotten
spell.
that far, but yeah. It is a great
Episode
spell, and that
episode
is
26?
super useful.
You've gotten to episode 26 because you know who Cat is.
Oh,
Well,
other campaign.
in
Anyway,
any
yeah.
case, 100-foot cube instead of the 150-foot, and if you spend an hour, it can be an instantaneous cast.
Okay.
Need to
So
attempt
good.
an intelligence check against your spell save DC to disbelieve it.
Sounds good.
That's an action for them to attempt it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an investigation check. Yeah.
But again, yeah, those are my plans for the entirety of the trip. Working the project, and then at night, just can't get the scene in the courtroom out.
Yes. And
Feeling stuff out. What's going on?
yes, and upon just so we can upon further casts of sending, you would be told by him that by your father that Lyra has been arrested on charge of clergy. Priestcraft. And is sentenced to be executed in 2 days. The trial is tomorrow. You guys will reach there by the end of the trial. And then the next day, that'll be the execution. But if you wish... Actually, sorry. No, because you actually spent the night going there already. I forgot the measurements. So you would reach there right as the trial begins. And then after the trial, it would be the execution.
Scott,
Yes.
the time frame for the project, would it change at all with me dedicating all the time that I have, not just free time?
I would say with
help from Fowl and Hope as much as they can.
With the time you've been doing everything, by the time you would reach there, you would have almost all of it done.
Okay, cool.
Might have to spend one more night to really polish everything up.
Sounds good.
Okar will ask Bao if he has no one he wants to send a message to.
Fowl just duly shakes his head.
In that
No.
case, before the day we arrive, I'm going to just send another message to Helga and say that I cannot arrive yet. Do not know when. But I will send more messages when I can do so. And just simply
Okay.
try and find, like, if she is in immediate danger, if anyone there she knows are in immediate danger.
No, a reply message would sound something like, "We've been in jail for a week, and it seems like they just will keep us here. They're basically the new kingdom."
Does Ulfgar tell Raybar that?
I will go ahead and convey that. I know Raybar is still trying to not directly send a message to his father, but at some point, Ulfgar will broach that again as well.
I already know what's happened to him. Don't need to talk to him. I told you this was going to happen with the guild before we left. I knew that this was going to happen.
Has now come to pass.
All they needed was a good enough distraction. God, what? Definitely seems to be one.
The keepers of peace are gone. We are not that anymore.
No. But I do know that I will bring order down on them. They don't deserve any mercy.
Raybar, you are starting to sound like I have felt when I lost control of myself.
Well, know that this is not me losing control of myself. This is 100% real. This is me.
I came with you to temper you. That has not changed.
Right. But know that there may be a pile of ash where the guild hall used to be if I go back there. With a smile on my face.
I will look very deeply troubled by this because he does not have the font that he draws upon to calm Raybar himself. And just lays a hand on Raybar's shoulder, but nods. All right. But it is Hope's home we head to yet. As we took Warden's cues, we shall let Hope take the lead here.
Notice that he has
The-
my gun and my blade.
The entire point of this, I should clarify, was to buy Hope time, make a plan, and go deal with it.
Well, we're missing one thing out of that whole situation.
Time.
Exactly.
That would be my fault, and I apologize.
You are at no fault.
Hope
My
smiles
fault.
mildly. No. That was Warden's fault. Not yours.
I do still own the name, you know.
You get the point, Orchid.
We are all stumbling blind here, Orchid. And in your excursion, I feel a better sense of the world. the part of me feels left behind.
You said I'd have to spend one more night to do it
Or
if I did it in the time frame.
little bit of a day, yeah.
What if I just took a level of exhaustion on
Then,
the
yeah.
first night to do it?
You could
Yeah?
you could do that.
Okay, I want to finish it before we get there.
Okay. Fair enough.
Now then, if I'm assuming this correctly, there are several ways we can go about this. She was convicted of practicing priestly
Priestcraft.
magic, priestcraft. Two things I can guarantee. She's either gone the way my mother has, and we're going to need to find a way to snap out of it, snap her out of it, and my mother. Or it's a false accusation, in which case, likely either way we are to end up fugitives unless we play our cards right.
Well, at least we all all have very, very good silver tongues and wits about us, do we not?
I'd say I would.
Shut up. Why don't we show them what we can do? We just got out of basically a hellhole without having to really draw our. He stops at those words. Without much issue. Why
Would you
not
like
try
to
it again?
address the elephant in the room?
What elephant? I do not see a beast of that kind.
I killed myself.
Oh no, I saw that, and we're not going to talk about it anymore. So,
So that's a no. Okay.
Warden, to be frank,
Or
we should address that. Sorry. We should address that.
doesn't seem like he wants to. And she'll walk off.
Hope will click his lips. Rabbi?
no. Not until they're done.
Not until who?
Not until what I'm working on is done.
You must know what will happen if you wait too long.
I'll have it done by this trip. I can assure that. I think I'm close. I think if I stay up for the night, I think we can get it done if you're willing to help.
I am always willing to help.
Well,
You know that.
if you're willing to stay up with me and we can work on it, get it done before we make
Nods.
landfall. I'm glad to have you guys on my side in this one. Well, I guess I have a change to make. And he goes and starts working again.
Let's also address the other elephant in the room.
Is there an elephant actually in the room?
What the heck is this?
What is what? Wait. Oh,
Raybar may have gone a little overboard.
no, it has a name. It's the information gathering protocol.
Ah, the information gathering protocol room. Gotcha.
Yes, it's very important.
Oh wait, are you referring to the torture room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What the heck is that, Scott? I love you.
Glad you haven't looked at my notes. That's awesome. Because I'm just, yeah. There's some things.
Oh god, the water levels are rising.
Oh fuck, shit.
And it's getting closer together.
And it's getting closer together.
And it's getting closer together.
Oh god. That was incredible, Scott.
Well, that is the end of
going.
the session. Actually,
Is it?
no. We're gonna end with you guys on the side of the boat, looking out at the shoreline that is coming to view. You've been coming along the shore for a while. This isn't. It's inside a cove that's deep on the eastern side of the island. And the beautiful vacation spot, Hope, that you once loved to be where there was bubbles floating in the sky with people inside them. That was their mode of magical transportation for people to view the amazing splendor of the city. Where there was ships from across the lands and couples on their honeymoons on the heaven side. From beautiful museums and mosques and raunchy but amazingly beautiful in its own right. Las Vegas style bars and pubs where people could come and just let loose. What stays in the southern, what happens in the southern sapphire stays in the southern sapphire and in your memories forever. It was beautiful. And as you come around, you see the charred remains of a battle, of a civil war that must have happened. And the heaven side, all of those magnificent sculpture, all of those amazing works of art, reliefs, mosaics, marble statues on every single street, fountains, tens of dozens of feet high that spread the same crystalline water that this place was known for.
What happened to my upstairs?
Destroyed.
Oh, I'm in the wrong house.
Yes.
Nice
You
guy.
here's Stu.
The
No,
heaven side is gone. And the devil side is slowly creeping in, and soon, if the rebuilding efforts go, that will just be that place again if they can get back on their feet, as half the city has been, if not outright killed, imprisoned, and they have gone through a war zone. And that's where we end tonight's session. Gotta make sure to leave off on a sad note.
Yeah, we can't be happy.
Nope. This is a nice
Nope,
place.
not allowed.